Okay, hi everyone. So today's video is to show you how you can clone a repo using an SSH key, which is a requirement for some of the clients. They don't want to use HTTP and only use SSH. So I'll show you how to do that. Uh, in order to do that, what we'll do is we will use a sample repo, which I have created already, and I will show you how you can clone it through SSH. So here you see that by default you will always see HTTPS, which is the easier one to clone, but sometimes SSH is something which clients might insist on. So if you see that there, when I select this SSH, I get this URL, which is a little bit different. It starts with GIT @ instead of HTTPS has got HTTPS @ in the URL. So what we're going to do is I'm going to copy this and let us try it without, just without anything. Just try to clone it in a new folder. I have created a new folder called SSHKit for this demo. So I'll just try to paste it and see what happens. Go here, copy this link and try it here. So look at this. So it says that it's trying to clone this sample repo. And then it says could not resolve hostname bitbucket.org, no address associated with hostname. So the thing is that it won't happen by just putting that clone command here. So there are additional steps. So what are the steps? I have already documented them, and I'll show you how to run them. So first of all, what you need is you need one SSH key. So you need to create an SSH key for the user which has been given access to this repository. So in my case, for example, I'm the user here and I have created this repository through my user ID. So what I'll do is I'll create an SSH key for myself because I'm the owner of this repo. So the same email I'll use to create an SSH key. The command is SSH key gen and then the email ID. Let's try this. SSH key gen -d space RSA C, and then I have to put my email ID, which has been given access to the repository. So if it is a client repository, you will have to provide them with your email ID. They will add you to the repository, and only then you will have to create an SSH key for your email. So here I'm creating one SSH key. So it's trying to ask me, enter the file in which you want to save the key. So I would give this the name of, let's say, sample underscore SSH. And look at this, it's actually going to create it under .ssh folder in my documents folder. Enter the passphrase. I can keep some password, but I don't want to, so I can just leave it blank. And this is my SSH key which has been generated. So I can go ahead and see the SSH key now. It created under the same folder, the current working directory. I was mistaken. So it creates under this folder location. All right. Okay. So this one is basically, it's just a example that if you enter the full path, you will be able to enter full path, but because we entered a relative path, so it actually created it under the same working directory, which is this. Anyways, so now I see that I have my key generated. So basically, this is an encrypted key and RSA key, which has got basically two files. One is a private key and the other one is a public key with the extension .pub. Now, the next step is that I have to open this pub, and you will see that there is my email here at the end. I have to select and copy this entire content and go to my repository, and then here you will see that if you're using GitHub or any other version Git provider, you should be able to go to the settings of the repository. And there I would be able to see that there is a section where I can actually add my key. So I'm just trying to find where that could be. Repository details, then there are user group and access keys. Let's see what it is. I guess this is the section. I can label this like sample SSH, and I can put my content here in this block, and I would say add, yeah, here it is, add SSH key. I added it. All right, so my key is here in the list. Now, if I go here in my git bash, now I have to actually enable or activate this key. And the way to activate this key is by another command, which is, I'm using Windows, so these commands are only for Windows. One is the eval, which basically starts the SSH agent. And this is the command which you have to always run. And the other one is this, which is like add this key to the SSH agent. And the key name is the one which I already created, which is sample_SSH. Keep in mind that right now, because this sample_SSH is in the same current working directory, that's why I'm able to directly, write this command. Had it been in some relative path, so I could have just, created like, if I had created a folder like SSH, then I could have done like this, had it been under an SSH folder. But for now, it is simply in this root. So I'm just writing this and I'm creating. So it says the identity has been added. Now, it also tells me that this is the identity which has been added. Now, if I try the earlier command of git clone and with the SSH URL, it should be able to clone it. Let's try that. All right, looks like there is some issue, or maybe I need to create another folder. And then if I try it, very nice. Here, look at this. So I think the earlier, it just didn't give me the right error. The problem here was, which I could actually sense, was because my current working directory already had these two files. So it was not able to, find a blank folder to clone the repository. So I just created one more folder with the name git and then tried the same command, and I'm able to clone the repository. And here you can see that my code is here under this folder. Very nice. So all you have to do is just remember these commands and you should be able to clone a repo through SSH. First is, get your email, with the access of the repository. The administrator of the remote repository will give you access. Once you do that, then on your local machine, create a SSH key and then copy the contents of the public key and add it to the settings of your account in web, wherever your remote repository is, and then initiate this eval, the SSH agent, add your SSH key, and then you can actually create a new folder and clone your repository, and you should be good. As long as this window is open, that identity remains there. But once you close the session and open a new window, you will have to run these two commands again. Thank you for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.